What's going on, guys? It's your man Tristan03 back again with another video. My apologies if I haven't uploaded in the last 3 or 4 days. I think it's 3 or 4 days, I could be wrong, let me know in the comments or anything. I would want to make this video when I first started YouTube, you know, just didn't have the right equipment and stuff to do it. Now I do. The Crystal Palace player ratings for next season, 18-19. We have secured our Premier League survival about 2 or 3 matches ago. I think we're already safe. You know, before, I was thinking to myself, after we beat Brighton 3-2, I was saying to myself, yeah, we're safe, we're not going to go down. We showed fighting spirit, we got the squad, we got a strong squad, we got all our players back, we haven't got many injuries. The only player I know to be injured, I believe, is Fosu-Mensah, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. He hasn't really been playing that much, so I presume he's injured. But now, in my opinion, I'm going to be doing the players who possibly are going to be there next season. Some of the players I'm not going to put in for like some Fosu-Mensah and Kelly. I mean, Fosu-Mensah probably won't be there next season. Kelly, I mean, he's not really played as much as I thought he would. Some of our new signings, like that Korea goalkeeper, I forgot his name again. Cavilla or something. Diego Cavilla, the ex-Liverpool goalkeeper, hasn't really played at all. He's not even going to be coming. It's like probably won't be there next season. But I've got the main first team players and that. So hope you enjoy. Yeah, let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. This is my opinion. This is my ratings, the stats and that, all custom by me. I'm even going to show you a video how I do the FIFA cards and that. It's top secret, so I'll let you know in the video in the future. Yeah, let's get on with it. First of all, we're going to start with the goalkeepers. Now, I mean, our goalkeepers could be better, I mean, with clean sheets and that. Between these two goalkeepers, they've only kept around, they've only kept around 8 clean sheets this season, which isn't very good. I was expecting a bit more. I expected one to keep at least 10 or maybe 9. But it's not really been brilliant. But in the last few games, that they've played, and they have been played where they made some good saves. And we're going to start off with Wayne Hennessy. Now, this guy's made 26 appearances. He's kept 6 clean sheets, 90 saves. He's conceded 44 goals. I checked it. I calculated it in total. Don't worry, guys. 44 goals. This is just after the Stoke game. We lost 2-1, so I counted that one as well. But now he's made 90 saves, 26 appearances. He had a really poor start to the season, in my opinion. I mean, was conceding really stupid goals, letting, like, you know, for example, that Tammy Abraham goal that we conceded right before half time. We lost 2-0 home to Swansea back in late August. I think he got any other goal he would have saved that. I mean, that was just he just got one touch with his boot and went in. I mean, I'm surprised we lost to Swansea because they're getting relegated, guys. They're not relegated yet mathematically, but they are going to be going down. But now the guy has done a bit better than he was last season, in my opinion. Last 2 seasons, I believe, he's made more saves, been more consistent. I mean, I think since he came back in the side back in January, he's been consistent. There are a few goals he could have done better with. We had a poor game against Man United, we lost 3-2. Sometimes when he doesn't come and clear the ball, like there's a corner whipped into the box when we played Man United and lost that game 3-2 back in March, and literally he wasn't up for it. He wasn't there. He was in no math and looking all over the place. Remember when we lost 1-0 home to Tottenham back in February? The corner whipped in. He tried to come for it. Kane scored from the corner. He had a free header at the back post to the right, and literally it was just embarrassing. It wasn't good enough, in my opinion. And next to him is Julius Brody. He's had 11 appearances, 2 clean sheets, and he's made 31 saves, which is better than Hennessy's point of view. But Hennessy has played a bit more games than Speroni has this season, and he's conceded 14 goals, which isn't that bad for Speroni. Although he did, I mean, he lost his place against back in early January of this year, and got a bad injury where he was out for 8 weeks. I think it was a knee injury, but he's come back and he's been on the bench and been in training and that, so that's good for him. But he has, I mean, when Hennessy was like on poor form, he got dropped. He came in and did a good job. I mean, we literally, when he came in the side, we beat Chelsea 2-1, made some good saves. I think he had one of his best games against Leicester away, which he made a few decent saves. It was looked really solid and comfortable in goal. He gave the backline defence confidence in that. But look, in my opinion, he's been one of our star players. He's been sort of one of our star players for a bit. I mean, one of our oldest players, in my opinion. He's actually had a good season in my point of view. But no, this guy has been consistent. He hasn't had many bad games. He's a Palace legend. I love this guy. He's one of my best goalkeepers. One of the best goalkeepers I've seen. Probably the best goalkeeper that I've seen in the past and that, and today, present and that, you know. But look, I think he's improved a bit. I've upgraded I've upgraded Hennessy from a 74 to a 76 Pro. He's gone up once. He was a 70. I believe he's a 70 on his FIFA card now, but I'm going to upgrade him for 72. Probably will stay for next season. But next season probably going to be his last. I mean, the guy's 38 years old and he's still playing, which is amazing. It really surprised me though, because goalkeepers can play up over 40. I mean, I've seen saw some goalkeeper for Egypt to the national goalkeeper is about 44 years old, which I'm absolutely shocked about. That's the same year one of my ex-WWE stars and movie stars, The Rock, was born, which is shocking. But look, what was amazing, I should say, not shocking, but look, the goalies have been consistent at times. They've had poor moments. I mean, he could have done. His worst game was when we lost 3-2 home to Arsenal. Some of the goals he could have saved, particularly one of the first Alexis Sanchez one. But look, I think our goalkeepers have done better this season, but next season we still need to get a goalkeeper. I know we're getting Gatier coming on a free transfer. Maybe we need another goalkeeper. Who knows? But yeah, that's my opinion on the two goalkeepers and my rating and the stats and that. So yeah, guys, let's move on. Palace fullbacks now. Starting off with Joel Ward. I've gone for a 76 rating, non-rare card. He's been he's been consistent. He had a poor start to the season. He picked his form up around October and December of 2017. Got himself injured. Didn't see him until January. Played a couple of games. Wasn't that good. Got injured for another a month and a half. Came back and has started recently playing and that. He's been a bit more consistent. When he first came back, he made a mistake against Brighton when we lost. Well, it's 1-3-2, not lost. I'd just say lost. But now he has been a bit better with pace wise. Crossing, movement and stuff, but he's not been the same Joel Ward over the last couple, 3 or 4 seasons before this season, 17-18. Next to him is Jeffrey Schlupp. I mean, one of our latest signings, not of this season, but in January of 2017, a year and a half at the club. He's got no goals, no assists. He has made quite a few appearances though, but in my opinion, he has spent some periods out injured. He hasn't really been in a first team regular. Like Van Aanholt, I'm going to talk about next. He hasn't really been playing regularly in that. He is good for a cover for Van Aanholt, but he's more of a winger in my opinion. He's more of a winger. He's more quicker. I mean, I've gone with 88 rated pace and 72 rated card, a bit of an upgrade because he has had a better season than he had for Leicester last season. And even when they won the league, he didn't feature that much. Although he's a Premier League winner. He's won a Premier League medal. He's won the Premier League. And then he's held the Premier League trophy in that. So he is a good player. I would keep him at the club. I wouldn't sell him. If we were to sell him, I wouldn't be very happy because I'd wonder who we fit with left back. We have Suarez, but he's hardly played, just like Conor Wickham, who aren't included in this video. Van Aanholt, I've made him 77 rated with a gold card. I think he's done well this season. At first, he was really poor, made too many mistakes, lost his place. Came in around, I think, January, I believe. And he's been consistent. He sometimes can look a bit deluded when the ball goes over his head and when someone runs past him, but he recovers. His defender's a bit more consistent. He's got a lot better. He's quicker. He's up for the game. He has spirit with the fans. He's just one of these. He's just got a good relationship with the club, in my opinion. His heart's with the club by the looks of it. Is the way he's performed, scored in the 2-1 win in our recent game, which I've vlogged. It was my last video actually, which we won 2-1. That's the way Stoke. He scored the winning goal to relegate them to the Championship. He scored 4 goals this season. And I don't think he hasn't got an assist, and he's made 27 appearances, which is good for him. He did have an injury spell out around October, November with a hamstring injury, which kept him out over long, 6 weeks or so, and he's. Well, actually, did he have a... Yeah, I think so. But no, he's been really consistent. He's been a good player for the club so far this season, second half in particular. If we didn't have him as a left back, I don't know who we would play. Probably Kelly. I don't know. I don't even know. But we're going to move on to the next player. He is... I know the FIFA card says he's from... I forgot the country's name. The country Bolassi's from. I can't remember. He's English. I don't know why. I don't know why I put that there. It's the only card I can find on there. There is none of him English in my opinion, from what I saw. But Wan-Bissaka now. A lot of people are going to really have a go at me for sort of being a bit overexcited with him, giving him a bit too of a higher rating. He's a 55 rated card, sorry, silver card, that's non-rare, and I've given him a 68. Now the reason why I've given him a 68 silver is because of some of the teams. He's made 6 appearances, no goals, no assists, but defensively he's been brilliant against the likes of Liverpool at home, Man United at home, Chelsea away, Tottenham at home, Bournemouth away, etc, in my opinion. But look, this guy, He's quick on the ball, he's consistent, defensively he's amazing. He's probably one of our best young players we've produced as a club, as Crystal Palace, of course. He's up for it, he's a hungry youngster, he's 18 years of age. He was born in New Addington apparently, which I never knew about. He was born in Croydon for some reason. But look, he is a phenomenal achievement for Palace. If he has a good season next season, we could find it hard to keep in the following summer, which is in around a year's time. Season's coming to an end. I think we won't sell him, we won't loan him out or anything stupid like that. I think we'll keep him. And if Ward does leave the club, he's probably going to be our next right back. Who knows? Or maybe Kelly. Nah, not Kelly. But in my opinion, his pace is phenomenal, his dribbling's good, some of his defending, his slide tackling, he's a pretty decent slide tackler in my opinion, from what I've seen, and the Palace fans who's going viral on Twitter that he, like for the under 23 match or under 18s, he's been performing well. He signed in 2016, so he's been at the club for around 2 years, which I'm happy about, and he's got a bit of experience against some of the big dogs in the Premier League in that. That's what I just called them. It's like the big dog Roman Reigns in WWE. But look, well, what can I say? He's been a massive achievement, a phenomenal player to have in the team. And then my fullbacks and then my ratings, let me know in the comments, because some of you might criticise, some of you might agree with me. But yeah, that's just what my opinion is on Wan-Bissaka and the other fullbacks in Premier League. So we're going to move on to the centre-back. Now Scott Dann, we're going to move on to the centre-back. Scott Dann has been a brilliant player for us this season, the first half, until we got that bad injury against Man City. However, he is rumoured to be back around like the beginning of the season in August and that, early August, etc. But, you know, he has recovered. I thought he would be out for like 6 months because it was a really bad injury. He's been out since January. He won't come back against West Brom this weekend, but he's been absolutely phenomenal for us over the last few seasons, defensively as well. He hasn't been a sharp defensively this season from what I've seen from him in that. For example, we made a mistake against Everton and they scored right after with a 2-2 draw at Selhurst Park back in November. Could have done better with that Defoe volley, a brilliant goal back in December. We drew 2-2. But he has been like a regular. He's got his heart's with the club. He's a regular first team player if he wants to play. But it is a shame he picked up that injury. I don't think it'll be the same Scott Dann that the Palace fans have been hoping for. I mean, he's once our top scorer, I believe. Like, he scored 5 goals, which is a bit embarrassing for us, but good for him, like a centre half for scoring all our goals, which was quite shocking in that when we play back front in the future. But the guy's 30 years of age. He hasn't really made. He's had that injury spell. He hasn't really made as many appearances as we thought he would be. It's not the best of seasons, but he's still there. He probably will be playing next season. He's had a long time. I think he would be playing in May. You know, I think he would actually be playing in May, in my opinion, because you know. He's probably thinking, should I focus for next season or should I come back for this season? He's more likely to come back next season than this season. You know, he's just focused on it. He doesn't want to make his injury worse. Going to move on, James Tompkins. And Scott Dann to 79 by the way. I'm not sure if that's his original rating. I don't know really, but I'll just keep him with that. You know, 43 pace. Not the quickest of centre backs, but he's clinical and consistent in my opinion. One of our centre backs who've been brilliant. One of our best defenders in the Premier League in my opinion. Well, for Palace I should say, or the season actually, 17-18. James Tompkins, the guy scored 3 goals. I think he's got an assist, I believe. I'm not sure if I can check that right. I don't even know. Defensively, oh my god, this card, I got that mucked up. I made a really stupid mistake again when I put 60 for defence. I'm not even sure what's wrong with me. That's a really minor mistake. That is a really minor mistake. I do not make them mistakes 100%. I don't know what's wrong with me this week. In the last 2 weeks, I just make sort of weird mistakes in that. Where it says 60 to the top left of his card, sort of like where the stats are, that's meant to be his pace, 60 pace. He's quite quick. He's very good at slide tackling, headed the ball away, he's been very consistent, only had a couple injury spells, not really bad ones like he's had in the past. When he first came to the club I was like, alright, James Tompkins, 10 million, decent, but he was always injured. I was like, oh for God's sake, is this just going to be one of the players who's always out injured and hardly playing and that. But his injury record this season has been better, he's played more games, he's stayed more fit, he's been more quicker, been consistent, been clinical, been physical, scoring goals, leading the team sometimes, and that's why I think we should keep him next season. I think we may struggle to keep him in the future. The guy's only 28 years of age, I believe. He's been at West Ham all his life, come to Palace, the other side of London, a bit of a rivalry between the two. You know, when West Ham drew 2-2 at Selhurst Park back in October, the West Ham fans gave him half stick and half respectful towards him. It must be quite tough, but he's up for it. He's lived to the Palace hype. He's been a consistent Premier League defender, and he's one of the best in the Premier League in my opinion. Next we're going to move on to Mamadou Sakho, who's done well. He had a really long injury spell around like December, January, February and half March. Around 3.5 months he was out. 3 months he was out for, I should say. 3.5 months, which kept him out for a while. But defensively he's been brilliant. He's the first team regular. We can't drop him. No chance. Nobody's replacing him. He's not had the best season. When he came on loan, he was brilliant. He's not been like that for the whole season, I would say. He's had some good games, for example, the 0-0 away at West Brom, which I vlogged back in December. The 2-1 win against Chelsea, one of the games against Brighton, the 5-0 win against Leicester. Although he did do that dodgy back pass, which I'm not going to really go much into. But he's been consistent, he's been fluent, he's been physical. Some of the ways he defends is quite bizarre. I remember once against Chelsea, he backed it across the goal, and I think, what are you doing? Is he alright? I mean, that's the way he plays, and that's the way he defends. And he obviously knows what he's doing. He's obviously clinical, and he obviously has an idea of how to play the game of football. So, he's quite quick as well. He's got an idea of where the balls come in and that. He's good at heading the ball away. Sometimes if it's hold up on the ball, he can sort of lose it a bit. I've seen like when he's trying to control the ball and keep it for long periods, like hold it up, he's just lost it, or he's just lucky to the ball's not. He didn't give the ball away in that. But that's my centre backs. We're next going to move on to the midfielders, which are going to get slightly interesting, guys, and it's going to be a lot of changes for the next one. It's really interesting. I sort of changed them around a bit of that, but the reason why some of our midfielders have been brilliant this season. Milivojevic, Kabay, MacArthur. I'm featuring some midfielders who have been regular, have been noticed quite a lot, have played a lot of games, been consistent. There's probably a few that have had a bit of shaky moments, but out of these four, I'm going to start off with MacArthur now. I believe he was like I think it was a 77 rated on route, upgrading to a 78 gold card, and he deserves it. He's been brilliant, he's been consistent, he's been fluid. Over the last 4 years that he's been here, this is his fourth season, it's going to be his fifth next year if he was to say. He signed a new contract, 2-year contract, which I'm happy about. I mean, he's 30 years of age, got another 2 years in him probably retired at the end of the contract, who knows. But look, he's been brilliant. He's not the quickest of, well, I think he's sort of medium with like pace and that, but his shooting's phenomenal. His passing, he's moving on the ball, is consistent and fluent and very clinical as well, in my opinion. His technique as well, his skill. He scored a brilliant goal against Leicester, which was a lovely team goal. Second, not the Sahar one, which was a brilliant team goal, but the second one was brilliant as well. Scored a winner against Watford. Scored a lot of goals in crucial games in that. He's got us leveled. He's got us to win games. He's quite a leader on the pitch. I remember last season we had ball with at home, and he was fuming at some of the players around. That shows pride and passion, and we showed a lot of spirit. He showed spirit in particular, especially when we won 2-1 at Watford, like at home against Watford, 2 late goals back in December, which was absolutely thrilling. It was probably one of the best nights I've experienced as a Palace fan. Not the best, but one of the best. I've seen best, like better than that, I should say. I've upgraded him to a 78. His pace is a bit more higher. And yeah, he's probably, if he has a good season next season, I mean, if he stays fit, he'll be a brilliant midfielder. It's a shame he's 30 years of age and he hasn't really got noticed, sort of, in a way. Next one's looking at Milivojevic. I've upgraded him to an 82 rated card. Central defensive midfielder, scored 10 goals and got 3 assists, 4 assists, I think. 3 assists, yeah, 3 assists, I believe. Sorry, I've got that completely wrong. 10 goals and 2 assists. 2 assists I saw last night when I went to the box spot in Croydon, which is a shame I didn't film, but I couldn't be bothered. I was just wanted a bit of time to myself. But he's got goal of the month, the goal he scored against Southampton, that 2-1 win, that tense 2-1 win in the crazy game as well. He's been really consistent on the penalty spot, apart from missing that pen against City, which was a great chance for us to beat them, and we screwed it up, unfortunately. But look, he's been a consistent player. He's our best midfielder this season. Not like going forward, but sort of defensively, controlling the path. Been really consistent. He's a good leader. That's why he's our captain. He's got pride and passion. He loves the club as a player. He's only been here for a year and a half. Started in January. It's a good buy. 14 million. If we were Palace now and he was performing like for someone like Southampton, so let's say a couple like Southampton or West Ham or possibly Newcastle or something, and we wanted him, it's probably good. I would say at least worth 24 million, 23 million, I should say. The way he's playing, that's why he's our captain. Jair Riedeveld, starting on a 74 rated silver card. Of a rare. He's still on a silver card rare, or if that's how you say it right. It's a central defensive midfielder, not a centre back. Defensively he's poor as a centre back, but in the midfield defensively he's brilliant. But 72 hasn't really played many games. He was poor when he first started, lacked a bit of confidence, gave the ball away too much. But he did play a few games like in January and February when he performed well, but it's just not really been up for it. In my opinion. He's a young player, so he's still got potential. Either keep him or possibly loan him out. If someone offered like 12 million, I would sell him, get the money in. But it depends on Palace, it depends on Hodgson, because he probably will be 100 for next season, hopefully, because we do need to keep hold of him. Next midfielder, I've downgraded a bit. I believe he is a 78 rated, but you know, sort of his pace. He's not really he's had a good season. He's been consistent over the last 3 seasons and that, you know. But goodbye. He hasn't really been the best at lasting 90 minutes. He's always coming off a bit niggly, a bit cramped, like he's got cramp, a bit pain and that. But he's continuing for the next over the next games this season and that. I think I said that right. I'm not even with it today. But no, he has been a good player. He's been a good servant to the club. This season, maybe it's last season, hasn't signed a contract yet. If he is to sign a contract, it's probably going to be a 1-year extension. But look, all I've got to say is he's been a phenomenal player. I think I've heard. Oh no, I don't know. I don't even know. But he was our record signing 3 years ago, and look what's happened. We signed Benteke for 32 million and Mamadou Sakho for 26. But who knows what's going to happen then? But Kabay has just been. He hasn't scored yet this season. Maybe against West Brom it's time to score. If he didn't score a goal this season, it'd be a bit sort of disappointed. But he has been good in the midfield, defensively as well, going forward at times with crosses and that. Going forward, he's not been brilliant, I would say, but he's still got that in him. He's still got that touch and that delicacy on. You know, I can't even say it. That skill on the ball. My voice from talking this much, but yeah, guys, that's the midfield. Going to move on to a few of our attackers next. Attacker, midfielder, winger, striker, etc., etc. The list goes on and on. Let's get on with it. I am so disappointed at some of the players who have got injured and that, but they've still been good, apart from Shawloff, which I'm going to talk about later in this part here. But Loftus-Cheek, 2 goals, a few assists in that. Brilliant player. I think I've upgraded him to a 75. Now, a lot of people, I know some people are going to say that's a bit too high. That's my opinion on it. I'm not going to change it. That's my opinion on it and that. But look, he's been an absolutely brilliant servant to the club on loan from Chelsea. Depends if Chelsea won't even buy. Let me know if he's going to stay at Chelsea or come to Palace. I would buy him for like 22 million. If they want that money for him, pay their money because he's that good. And we need a player from him. He's just a bit injury prone, and I think he's had that injury for like over 3 months from December up to March and that. Well, 3.5 I should say. But he's come back a bit phenomenal with a goal and a couple of assists in that. His pass has been brilliant. I got an assist against Stoke in our last recent match, which was 1-2-1, which I spoke about in this episode and that. Next one, Bakary Saka. I'm really disappointed this guy got injured. I don't blame him. I'm not angry at him, but just sad that he got injured. He scored 6 goals to see him scoring goals for fun. Got like on a bit of form and that. When he's fit, when he's on form, he's a brilliant player. When he's not fit, he's overweight, just a bit poor sometimes. But he's recovered from his injury. He was 72 rated, like non-rare, I believe. Or no, not. I think non-rare was non-rare silver. But now he is a 74 rare silver now. He's been a brilliant player this season, like when he was playing on form a bit. But look, he's just a shame he got that injury and that sort of let him down slightly. But not his fault. These injuries happened. It was a bad injury. God, he's probably going to miss the rest of the season or the last game. Probably won't make it back for West Brom. And next one is Alexander Shawloff. Now this guy paid 10 million for him. He's slow. He's not lived up high to the Premier League. Had a good debut against Everton, I believe. You know, had a few chances, but he doesn't even look like scoring. He's too slow. His hold-up play is decent from what I've seen. I don't think he hasn't done anything. He's not lived up for it yet. And if we had the choice to sell him for like 10 or 11 million, I would sell him, or possibly even loan him out. But we'll probably keep him anyway, just for cover. But he's not that good. 70 rated, silver on rare. Not the quickest. 66 pace. His pace was like 75. I've downgraded it to like 66, so he's extremely slow. So that's my first half of the attacking players. We're going to move on to the second period of this bit as well, the attacking players. Now Christian Benteke has been absolutely awful this season. One of our, the worst Palace player this season I can pick. 3 goals and 5 assists. His assists have been a bit better than his goal scoring record, but flipping James Tompkins has scored more goals than you have, done a bit more than you have. Well, actually, no, he hasn't. Now, Fernando has scored more goals than Benteke has, and he's a left back for God's sake. Monreal has scored more goals than you have. It's been poor. You know, he had a chance against Stoke and he missed it. The fans wouldn't even been able to go to him because he's been that bad. He has been that bad over the season. They just know he's having a poor season. He was part of that sponsor of the Puma kit and that, you know, our new kit. So whether he'll stay at the club, I don't know. Maybe we should keep him, and maybe we should get 2 strikers to fill his space in and that, you know. 3 goals and 5 assists. He's got more assists than he has with his scoring boots in that, for God's sake. He's not on. He's been really poor. I included him in my worst team of the season. He's probably a pick for up front to be one of the worst strikers in the Premier League, or the worst in my opinion. Actually, probably not the worst. I've seen worse, for example, Berahino and Crouch. The worst thing is Crouch has scored more goals than he has. Peter Crouch. Really? Come on, like, that's just really bad. That is absolutely dreadful. And no disrespect to Crouch, he's had an alright season, but he's not that good. I mean, he was rumoured to be linked for Chelsea, which I was shocked about. I had a bit of a rant on that. But now Benteke, 77 rated. I'll keep him as a gold. You know, you never know if I have a good season next season. Let me know your opinion, Palace fans, or any other neutral in that, or any of my subscribers, etc., etc. Next one, we're going to move on to Wilfried Zaha, 84 rated. Boom, easy. The guy's been phenomenal. He's got the Player of the Month for April. He's 88 rated Player of the Month FIFA card, which I'm not really going to go into much detail in. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I've seen it. It looks pretty good. 92 pace. He's our quickest player at Palace, and probably one of the quickest players in the Premier League, in my opinion. His hold-up play can be it's 50-50. He loses the ball quite a lot though. His dribbling's good. Defensively, he's not that brilliant, but he is doing a bit more. He is improving on it slightly. Very physical. His shooting's phenomenal. Not as best as his pace. Passes alright. Yeah, it's decent, I should say. It's been good. You know, sometimes he needs to take a bit more time on his passing. It needs to be a bit more, you know, sort of better in defence, in my opinion. But Zaha is 84 rated. I can't see him going down. Are we going to set? I can't see that changing or anything, not going down. But the question is he going to stay? I think he should stay. He's got enough pride and passion. He's had a bit, you know, people have interviewed him. He said he didn't see himself elsewhere, so he probably will stay. If he doesn't stay, I'll be really surprised, a bit devastated as well. And last but not least, Andros Townsend. Now, I don't know why they downgraded this guy. He's a good player. He's been consistent. Last season, when he first started, he was poor. Developed as a player as Palace, like second half of the season. But this season, he's been consistent. And he scored 2 goals, and he's got a few assists in that. He's quite quick. I think I would upgrade from a 78 non-rare gold card to an 80 rated gold card, and it's just, you know, I haven't really got much to say about him. Apart from he's had a good season, he's been consistent, been better defensively, but he's still a bit low. He's been a bit more quicker, he's been more clinical, his shooting's improved, but yeah, you know, he's been a good player, and I think he'll do well next season if we are to keep him. Probably will keep him anyway, but well done to Townsend, and yeah, guys, that's what I've got to say about the attackers. Let me know your opinion. But they're my FIFA ratings for Crystal Palace in that. So yeah. However, guys, at the end of the video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow Instagram and Twitter. Add me on Snapchat, of course. Smash that like button, I should say. Click the bell for notifications to know when I'm uploading that. Make sure you follow me on Twitter as well, as I said, because I do a bit more tweets on there. I want to get to at least 1K followers on Instagram, some like in the future. I do a bit of stuff on Snapchat. It's in the link. They're in the link in the description, guys, as well. What are your predictions? What are your opinions on my ratings? Let me know yours in the comments below. Let me know your opinion. What do you think of us staying up? I'm going to be doing a video of the players, transfer rumours, like downgrades, upgrades, and players who are coming to Palace and players who may be selling. So be tuned for that. I'm going to be doing a lot of football videos over the summer. Possibly some Fortnite videos as well, if I can get everything sorted in that. If I can, it'll be a phenomenal achievement for my YouTube channel to start doing gaming. You know, I will try and do more gaming in like the winter period of 2018 or possibly August and that. You know, once I'm at the end of August, that's a year I've done my YouTube channel, which I'm really, it's going to be a massive achievement. I mean, some of the views I've got, some of the likes, some of the videos, the responses, you know, the support I'm getting is brilliant. So keep it up, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Obviously, I really want to hit 200 subscribers soon enough, or even up to 150. That's halfway through. And yeah,